But I want to talk about the tweet that you put out a few days ago. This one here. Omar's working, Steele's very close to landing a significant playmaker. I'm not overly worried about the playmaker. I just want to see what the reception of how many people text you or retweeted you or I don't know, anything. How many people was in your inbox? They must have been going crazy.
Man, it was unbelievable. I mean, just from X. I keep calling X Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just from X alone. Man, my phone was shaking like a massage chair.
Yeah.
It would just and there are a lot of people that were excited just like I was. And let me go back, okay? So Mark, the reason why I did that, which now if I can go back in time, I wouldn't have done it, was because through a reliable source that I've been knowing for quite some time that's involved in a lot of things, moves that happening in the NFL, kind of shared some insight with what was kind of circulating at the time. Now, clearly nothing of that level has happened. And based on the information I received, it was like, something seems to be in the works, just getting you fired up, just letting you know. And this was the same person that told me about the Justin Fields move like 2 weeks before it happened. You know what I mean? This is the same person who told me about other moves in the National Football League, Stephon Diggs and stuff like that, potentially getting moved somewhere, not knowing it was going to be Houston, but moved somewhere. So, he shared that with me because he's a Steeler fan. I'm a Steeler fan also. And I was like, you know what, man, I want to let it be known also. And if you look at my tweet, I said Omar is working, potentially very close to signing a significant playmaker. Stay tuned. I said very close. I didn't say it was going to happen today. It was going to happen tomorrow. I just said very close. Now, a lot of things have come out since then, right? We've heard that Pittsburgh was talking to Seattle. I didn't say that, but other media outlets, other insiders said that they were talking to Seattle. We've heard that Pittsburgh was talking to San Francisco. Heck, we even heard those rumors circulate during the draft weekend. So clearly there was some discussions, conversations that were being made. And at the time I received the information I received, who knows, maybe those conversations seemed to be almost locked and loaded. And then something might have flatlined. I don't know. And I was wrong for saying the tweet, number one. But one thing I can't just accept, and that's the thing too on Twitter, as I see now, there's so many people that I think they kind of, I don't want to say emotionally driven, but sometimes they allow their emotions to drive certain tweets, right? And a lot of people are saying, oh, you're such a liar. What type of First and foremost, Mark, last time I checked, right, I played for the organization, the same organization that those fans love, right? The same organization you love. I played for them. They drafted me. We won a lot of ball games together while I was there that the fans cheered for, and I'm so appreciative of that. Heck, we won 2 sticky Lombardis, right? I was a part of those teams. So why would a fan, and I'm not, just singling anyone out. I'm just talking, with some people. Everyone didn't give me that type of reception, but some did. Why would they think they're more invested in the organization than me? Like, this is the same organization that I still have relationships with, tied into with. On my podcast, I've had Mike Tomlin on the podcast multiple times. I've had Omar on the podcast as well. Some Steeler greats, Hall of Famers, current players. So clearly I have a real unique, authentic relationship still with the organization. Every year, I'm always predicting the Steelers to win a division. You can call me a homer or whatever the case may be. Yes, I am biased because they drafted me and we won Super Bowls together. That's just who I am. The same thing, the same love I have for Florida State, I have for Pittsburgh. So why would someone think I just all of a sudden just came out with this story just to get clicks? That doesn't make any sense.
I think Steeler Nation can be emotional and they can overreact to anything.
That doesn't make any sense. And then for people that are still, tweeting me, it's almost like, and I did do a Spaces with Steeler Nation, their account. They kind of address it, you know what I mean? But there's still people tweeting me and like, well, the Scotty Miller signing, was this the significant signing? How dare you? And this and that. I can't believe you would make up a story. Like what do I receive by making up something like that?
You know what? You guys talk about the welcome to the NFL moment. That might have been the welcome to the internet moment. I don't know.
Facts. For me,
that
no question. Like you know, and people can get a little disrespectful and rude, and it's like, okay, I'm not going to go back and forth because I can't answer everyone's question in regards to that tweet. So that's why I did the spaces. But now it's like, come on, man. But and then I'm like, listen, common sense here. I played for the same organization you cheer for. You cheer for, you root for. I was out there playing, blood, sweat, and tears, like leaving it all on the line, like going to war, battling to be able to win so you guys can continue to cheer, which I'm super appreciative of. But for Steeler fans, I'm not saying all Steeler fans, no question. But for some, they feel like, oh, yeah, he just want to make up this story for clickbait. I've been on X for a long, long time. I never once had these type of tweets where I'm just throwing things to try to gain some type of reaction or followers or stuff like that. That's not who I am. I love talking about the game. That's what I do. I love, entertaining via talking about the game, being informative, educated, the same way you guys talk about the game amongst your friends, amongst, the barbershop or wherever it is, the bars. That's what I love doing. So like I said, Mark, I admit I should have kept that to myself because clearly it wasn't as concrete as I thought. But that doesn't mean something is not going to happen. But for not most fans, but for some fans, just because it didn't happen within the next 30 minutes or hour the next day, and clearly the next week or so, he's making up lies and he can't go back to Pittsburgh and this and that. Man, I helped win 2 Sticky Lombardis in the building. What are we talking about? Like what? Like really? Like I got 2 of them back here. These 2 right here. 05, my rookie year, and 08, my 4th year. Like a storied franchise, no question, with a great fan base. But there are some fans that kind of, as I stated, it was almost like their emotions got the most of them. Like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you, B-Mac. You're such a liar. You're looking for clicks and you're looking for followers and you're capping and stop that, man. Like I said, I admit where I was wrong at. But one thing I wasn't wrong, I didn't make up a story just to put out there. There was some information that I actually received that I thought would, and I said, working on. So my thing is this, Mark, and I'll let you take it. Clearly, as Omar has stated, conversations were made with other organizations. I'll ask you this question, Mark. Is that true or false from what you've heard?
From my perspective as a fan watching the Steelers and Omar Khan, conversations probably happen every day. Every day in the draft.
We've heard Omar. I know Omar was on the Pat McAfee show, and he stated there's nothing close to getting done, but we've had conversations.
Yeah, 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you had conversations, clearly you're trying to find a way to get something done, right? And then the last thing I'll say is, it came out that the Steelers and the Seahawks were talking in regards to DK Metcalf. Did you hear that also?
I certainly did, yeah. And there was something to do with a
June 1st designation, I think, with his contract before anything can get done. So clearly conversations were being made during that with that organization. So that's it. That's what it is. But you can't lose no sleep. There's nothing to lose any sleep about. But
you want to move on. We've got a saying here in Australia, she'll be right. You just move on. Like when I saw the tweet, and I haven't met you in person, but you're a good bloke from what I see on the field, what I see on the podcast and CBS and whatnot. I'm like, B-Mac wouldn't tweet that for likes or shares or the clickbait. It didn't make any sense. And that's what I didn't want. Steeler Nation's worldwide. They're everywhere. They're Germany, England, Australia, all over the shop, America. I didn't want Steeler Nation to go after you, but unfortunately, that's how bad the internet can be. The internet is the internet. They go crazy. I'm sure there'll be some beat reporter out there will find this podcast and clip what you just said then, because that's just the way how it works. So I appreciate, man, your answer on that. I think it's fully honest, and I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you just tweeted out what you wanted to tell people what happened about the situation. It was a chance, or something could still happen. We don't know. And people, you're right. They just wanted something to happen the next 30 minutes. That's the kind of generation or it's kind of moment we live in now. Is like we see the red arrow, the red tick. We're like, oh, what's going on next? What's next? What's next? You know. So I thought it was funny. Like I know you've probably been through like too many messages and all these kind of things, and over just retweets and shares everywhere. I feel bad because that would have been so much. I would just want to put my phone away. Did you put your phone away after a while?
Oh no. It was a few I was entertaining because for me it's nothing to be serious about. For me it's nothing to be mad about. You know what I mean? Because I have a life that I have to be mindful of and be respectful of as well. And for those who really came at me a disrespectful way, it is what it is. I don't take it with a grain of salt. I think we just have to understand that however you feel, make sure you utilize and exercise respect first and foremost. You know what I mean? Because I would say this all the time. We have the best fans in professional sports. Like you out in, overseas, and we have other fans in different places across the globe, and they're so authentic and they're so loyal. And I joked about it. I said, man, if I didn't know any better, they treated me like I played for the Browns.
Oh boy.
Treated me like I played for the Browns. But nah, it's just, I'm the type of dude, I don't take offense to none of that type stuff, because people got for real problems in the world, right? You know what I mean? So if someone want to attack me for something that I heard, it is what it is. But like I said, one thing I got to speak up on, Mark, is that I didn't make it up just to make it up. No, come on, man. I played for the organization you guys cheer for. Like, for real, I'm super invested in the organization, just like the fans are invested. That's why I stated, I told someone on Twitter, like, why would you think, you're more invested in the Pittsburgh Steelers than I am? Like, I wouldn't come at you that way, but I'm saying it was like people are acting like I have no dog in the race. Like when Pittsburgh went, I still feel like I went.